What would happen to Igbos that married Northerners after referendum? Where would they go? The agitations for different sections of the country to have a referendum is gradually taking different turns and directions. Most of us are not really thinking about some of these simple, yet very important thing that could happen to all of us if actually the referendum takes place. I was discussing with a friend recently regarding the referendum issues, and I asked if she would prefer either of the two that could happen, and she said whatever is better for Nigerians, let the government decide. Yes, it was a candid and intelligent reply, but it was not what I was looking for. In Nigeria, we marry from each other, and sometimes we have to change even our ways of life in order to be accepted by each other. Sometimes a northerner could fall in love with a southerner or someone from the east, and he or she would have to learn how to blend with his or a new partner. We learn various things like food culture and ways of dressing. Some of us go to the extreme end by changing our religion. Imagine all of a sudden the referendum takes place. What would now happen to those who have established their family with other sections? How would they claim their citizenship? This is one deep reason we must look for a better way out. May God bless our nation to rise above hatred and violence. Okay, so again, we have to go back to the intention. Why do we want this referendum? I think we need to sort of cut this idea. I don't know. We need to clear this up. When we think of secessionism or trying to have an independent state, self-determination, all that jazz, there's this assumption I find that we're just all of a sudden gonna hate each other, not gonna talk to each other, not gonna do business with each other. Like, I don't understand. We can't. I mean, we can decide we don't want to talk to each other, but why should that be an option? Because we want to separate does not mean that we have to hate each other. At the end of the day, what are we trying to achieve? These are small, simple things in which, yes, can cause a little bit of an inconvenience, but we need to think of the bigger picture for us as Africans. At the end of the day, we must be united. And if we feel that in our individual styles, if we're, individually, we are represented and we have autonomy over our resources, I genuinely think that it would be better that the relationship with African countries would actually be better, because it's like we have autonomy over our economy. We do what we want the way that we want to, because we control it and we are the people, we are the country. And so it's like in that form of full self-expression that reflects in our way of life, I think that would literally root us back to our identity based on our tribe. And I think that, in my opinion, that would give us confidence to even relate with each other as Africans. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. The fact is that we must be united. And if it's that we have to be separated to be united, we are going to get there. This, in my personal opinion, it will cause inconvenience, but we move. So I think we need to get over this idea that if we're gonna, or this assumption that if we separate, if we do, then we'll start hating on each other, would not have businesses with each other. Because again, the fact is most Nigerians will have dual citizenship. Well, if anything. So it's like, I don't understand. Are we planning to separate and then beef each other till like the very end? It doesn't make sense. Because the fact is, as a people, we don't have a problem. The problem remains in our government. And that is why you can also argue that, maybe there is no need to separate. We just need to change the government. However, if we feel like the best option is to separate, I don't think that should be a problem. And I think that the hate should not necessarily seep into the minds of the people, because we are not the problem. Okay, fine. In some ways, we can add to our problems and be our problems. However, it's like this, for example, if you're married to another tribe, Igbos or wherever, if you have intertribal marriages, it's fine. Like, we have to look at the overall aim. Where do we want to go as Africans? That is where we need to be. Period. Someone says, which confirmed idiot and cheap attention seeker of a semi-literate is asking this nonsensical question. Since when has the nationality of a woman started overshadowing her husband's nationality or status over her? Since you are so backward or pretend to be backward in terms of simple wisdom, you need to be reminded that women all over the globe are entitled to nationalities, nationality by birth and by marriage. Then this feeble-minded poster also need to be informed that the birthing of one, two, or more nations by this once upon a time country does not in any way prevent whosoever wishes to remain behind from doing so. All is a matter of choice. That is true. However, I don't. Who are you to tell women what citizenship they're entitled to, though? Like, again, it's not that deep of a situation to start getting heated all over it. It is a thing of choice. It is something that will cause slight inconvenience, but in terms of looking at the overarching theme and our intentions of where we want to go as individuals and as a collective, as in being Africans, this is such a tiny problem that needs to be overlooked. It does not matter. That is it. Someone says Biafra referendum is coming soon. Praise be to Almighty God. Okay. Once a woman marries, she belongs to the new tribe of her husband. Meanwhile, the husband doesn't change nationality. Who said so? Who said so? I don't understand. Like, yo, do your thing, innit? But you know that you can change culture, right? Like, you don't have to stick with all this. She must change her nationality. If she decides she wants to do that, fine. But if she doesn't want to, she doesn't want to. And it's not that deep. Like, it really isn't. I mean, for some people it is. I understand that. But again, maybe it's a culture thing. And if you want to do that, fine. But then again, it's like, right now, if my opinion is like, I don't understand. Fine. Someone says they are Biafrans legally. Yeah, what if they throw them out? What? Who's asking these questions? Igbo marry even from Cameroon or Asia, and they are with their wife. Don't mind the push before you people are married from one country to another, or tribe to tribe, or Igbo married Hausa. Okay. Again, this doesn't make sense. Like, of course, I understand. It's like, in the grand scheme of things, what will happen to Igbos that married Northerners after referendum? Again, it's like, you have dual citizenship. That's it. We move. Expand your options. Your children will have dual citizenship. It's not that deep. Put what you think in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.